Okay guys, well today's Friday. I didn't get too much done. I got quite a bit done though. I ran out of bolts. I thought I bought enough, but I'm like 12 bolts short. I drilled the holes to bolt down, we'll see, to bolt down the sheet metal to the tabletop, but I drilled holes here, and here. For across the back and up the side, and then in between where the motor and transaxle bolt to, so it'll hold it all down. I also drilled my holes and got my engine bolts in, all four, like that. What I did was I took white out and I stuck it down in the hole, and I made my mark with white out. And marked my hole with white out. I still got to get an exhaust for that. I can't forget. I got to get an exhaust for this motor. But yeah. So I got the motor bolted, and I drilled all the holes and got most of the bolts in to bolt the sheet metal down to the table. And I got all the bolts I needed for this idler pulley and whatnot. And what I'm going to do, I guess I could show you when I build it, but I'll try to explain it now real quick. Where the belt's going to be going through here from the transaxle to the motor, I have this leftover piece like this from that dog food cart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a screw and a bolt through there, so this will pivot on that. And then I'm going to have a bolt hanging down through here like this, and bolt it to here. I'm going to have my idler pulley on there. So imagine a pulley here. And then I'm going to hook my spring from the bolt holding that pulley up to here to an eyelet sticking out. So it'll always be pulling pressure this way. So when I want to start the motor or change gears, I pull this pulley out, which will disengage the belt. And then I can change my gears on my transaxle or wherever I hook up the startup switch, start my motor, and then put her in gear, let this go, and the spring will hold the pulley on the belt. And I figured that worked out good because this will be a handle to pull it back, and I'll have a fulcrum point back here, and it should work out pretty good. Maybe I can get an old bicycle handlebar grip to slide over top of this square stock, and it should work pretty nifty that way. You'll see it when I get it on there. But things are moving along. I gotta go to Tractor Supply tomorrow to get a 6-inch sprocket, and I'm gonna lay it on here and center it, and I'm gonna weld it in between these bolt holes. And then they have the universal centers that are keyed for a 3/4 inch shaft that you just set in the middle of your sprocket, weld it around your sprocket, and then you put it on your 3/4 inch shaft, and there's a set screw that goes right on top of the keyway. That's how I'm going to hook the stickler to the transmission. I'll just have to bolt it to that adapter plate, and this is the adapter plate that doesn't fit on my truck. So I'll have that on the splitter, and I'll always be able to just unbolt the stickler splitting end from that plate and put it onto this plate. I gotta double check which one fits on my truck now. I don't remember. I'll look back in the video. I can't remember if it's the black one or the yellow one, but either way, I'm using one of these adapter plates on the splitter. That way, if all else fails and I really need to split me some wood, I can always just bolt it right back on my truck. You know what I mean? As a backup, in case that motor takes a shit or the transaxle breaks or who knows. I'll always be able to just bolt it back on my truck and still keep on keeping on with splitting wood. But yeah. So I'm done as far as I can go for tonight. Tomorrow's Saturday, so I'll have the whole day. I plan on splitting a piece of wood with this tomorrow. Yeah, I do. And whatnot. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll turn you guys back on tomorrow.